Hi everyone, I'm Kendall with the Arizona Technology Access Program. Today, I want to talk to you about ergonomic considerations related to gaming. Protecting our bodies while we do our everyday tasks and favorite hobbies is really important. So I'm going to give you ideas for positioning to help you avoid pain related to poor ergonomics. First off, I want to state that because everyone's bodies and gaming setups are different, the tips I give today may or may not apply to you. So please just take what you can from this video. So what does ergonomics mean anyways? As it relates to gaming, ergonomics is how a player interacts with their hardware and tools. Pretty broad, right? Let's get a little bit more specific. One of the most common challenges for gamers is wrist injuries from repetitive use or poor positioning. As you've probably realized, gaming involves a lot of repetitive actions, including continuous mouse clicking or button pressing and funky finger positioning. So, as you can imagine, a regular gamer may face hand and wrist problems. To avoid this, it's really important to take preventive measures, such as frequent breaks and stretching, and improving your gaming position. We also need to consider what our body is resting on while we game. For those of us with diminished sensation, we may not notice points on our body receiving prolonged pressure from our devices. Maybe the surface that your controller is on has a sharp edge that digs into your wrist and forearm over time. If this is the case, try adding padding to these harder surfaces. Pillows or rolled towels can be placed under pressure points to help relieve that pressure. This is something that the designers of the Xbox Adaptive Controller clearly took into consideration. This is evident by the way they decided to slope the front edge of the device so that it's a softer, smoother edge for your body to rest on. This makes for a better wrist position and reduces the likelihood of pressure injuries. If you are someone who uses pressure relief strategies, say every 15 to 30 minutes, it might be a really good idea to set alarms for while you're gaming to ensure that you're maintaining this schedule. Even if you don't have a pressure relief schedule, it's a good idea to take a break every 30 to 60 minutes. It's super easy to get lost in the game and lose track of time, but it's super important to make sure that we're taking breaks to check in with our body.
And now I have just a few more quick tips for you to consider when you're setting up your gaming space.
If you game in a seated position, your chair should support your back. And when possible, try to game with a straight posture and your feet planted on the floor. This helps you maintain better trunk stability. When considering the height of the surface that your controllers are on, you want your elbows to be at greater than 90 degrees. This helps maintain better wrist positioning and good blood flow. Now, what kind of wrist position am I looking for? Essentially, what you want is neutral. Rather than having your wrist cocked back in extension or bent down in flexion, try to keep it in neutral for most of the game. If you game in a chair, you want there to be 3 to 4 inches between the back of your knee and the edge of your seat. You should also consider the height of the screen that you're gaming on. Your eyes should be level with the top of the screen. To avoid excessive shoulder movements, try to keep your most used controls closer to midline. By this, I mean that if there is a button that you use frequently throughout the game, keep it closer to the center of your body rather than out to either the right or left side, because then your shoulder has less distance to travel in order to reach the button. When you come to ASTAP for gaming services, the specialists you work with will be considering the ergonomics of your setup. The goal is to help you avoid the very preventable pain related to poor ergonomics. So, give us a call at ASTAP to start working on your gaming goals.